and I can't have any satisfaction until January 14th. So it's just like it's a month now. Actually, almost going back to mid-November. It's just 2 months of just like playing out the string. And I think that's how the Cowboys feel. You know, I mean, me as a fan, I can't get up for the games, and maybe if I just look deep within myself, I can understand why the Cowboys don't get up for games.
Dan Conte does not have to look deep into himself to see why the Cowboys aren't winning. Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Deion Sanders have to look deep within themselves to find out why the Cowboys didn't win last week, why they got swept by a Washington team that is as horrible as...
well, now I wouldn't go as that.
Oh, come on, they're horrible.
Hold on a second.
They have no quarterback.
The Redskins got Hogs 2 working there in their offensive line, all right?
Please.
When you got a line that averages 320 pounds, you're going to push people around. Terry Allen's not a bad running back. I mean, the Redskins played a perfect game on Sunday. They made no turnovers. They ran the ball. They held the ball for how long they needed to. They kept the Cowboys off the field. When the Cowboys were on the field, they didn't really help themselves. Emmitt Smith fumbling twice in that game. I mean, but that's not going to continue. I mean, those are freak occurrences that happen a little bit more frequently than they should. But what am I going to do? But right now what we want to do is take a little break here and give you the television schedule. This thing's just getting on my nerves. You've been watching the show all week, and Eric's laughing here. Well, he probably knows what I'm about to talk about here. I take a look at the NFL schedule every week, and then I try to decide, you know, what the networks are going to show. I mean, based on region and based on, you know, national interest. And they just annoyed me really last week. Because, I mean, we live in a New York area, sort of. We're in a New York State area. The Bills were on ESPN Sunday night. So I figured they got to put the Jets on, right, on Fox at 1 o'clock. So I go ahead, type in my little TV schedule, St. Louis at the Jets. I turn on my crazy Jets fan who I live with. We're all getting psyched. He's got his Mo Lewis jersey on for the Jets game. And I see Atlanta, Miami. Atlanta, Miami. It's two just totally regional teams here. I mean,
the league slapped us in the face last week.
They really did. I was really looking forward to seeing the Jets game. And then if that wasn't bad enough, you know, I'm looking, all right, you know, hey, during the Cowboy game, I can flip to see the big Kansas City-Oakland game at 4 o'clock. Yeah, that's a big matchup. No, I'm flipping around during the commercials at 1 o'clock, and I see, oh, look, Pittsburgh-Houston's on. Why is that game on? I don't need to see the Houston Oilers. Put on the AFC West, NBC. Anyway, here's a TV schedule for this week. It's probably wrong, but there it is anyway. We're back here on the Cowboy Fan. Crazy Jets fan's not here this week. He is, in a sense, being replaced here by Eric, my guest, who's an insane Crazy Jets fan. But Crazy Jets fan, he's got a big 25-page paper due on Sephardic Jews this Monday for his history class, so he won't be showing up. But he gives all his regards out to all the fans, all the Jet fans. And I got to say, I mean, this show during this semester, the biggest response I've gotten is from Jet fans. Part of the reason probably because you know, I gave him a kind of a beating early on. But, you know, Jet fans, you know, they call me up during the Cowboys when they lose. I mean, call me when they win. You can call me when they win.
Well, I wanted to be here when they won, but those crazy Redskins.
I know, that's true. What are you going to do about them? But I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from all you viewers out there. All you guys will call me when the Cowboys lose. And you can call me when they win. You just want to talk football. I'm always up for that. And if you want to come be on my Super Bowl show, which the Cowboys better be in if I'm even going to get excited for that, you know, we'll see if we can get you onto that. Let's talk about some games this week. Got some Saturday games got to talk about. Get them out of the way here. If you see this show after Saturday, you'll know the score anyway. The Cardinals are at San Diego. Chargers could run the table, get in the playoffs. Their schedule's not too bad. They got to win them all. They got the Cardinals at home. And if they don't win, then who cares? Then this game didn't mean anything anyway. Other game on Saturday is Cleveland at Minnesota. Yeah, I picked the Cleveland Browns to go to the Super Bowl way back when. And but you know what? Ever since they moved to Baltimore, they haven't won. It's been a real psychological letdown on the city. What do you think the Browns are going to Baltimore?
I don't know. I was so big on the Browns at the beginning of the year. Everyone knows I was, rooting
people are
for
laughing
them,
at me,
hopped
saying,
on the bandwagon, and I really thought that they were going to do it this year. Testaverde got off to a real good start. Things just didn't click, and once they said they were going to move to Baltimore, it was pretty much over.
Yeah, they haven't won since then. And
they're going to beat Minnesota this week, though.
You really think so?
Because I have that feeling. I think that the Browns are angry, they're frustrated, and Minnesota is not good. They will not make the playoffs by any stretch of the imagination.
Really? You think so?
Warren Moon, sorry, you're not going anywhere.
I don't know about that. I'm looking at the schedule here, and I see Cleveland. They're at Cincinnati the last week, and well, they're at the 49ers on Monday night.
Those are 3 tough games.
There's another 40-point game right there. Yeah, well, actually, it's true. They're 7-6. If they probably might have to win them all. Well, 9-7. It depends what happened with the tiebreakers, because they split against Tampa, they split against Detroit. I don't think they played any of the other teams involved in there. But anyway, they lost 2 to Chicago. That's not good. But anyway, let's move on. We've got a couple other games here. The Rams are hosting Come on here. The Rams are hosting the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. The Buffalo Bills, they had a good game. They played well against the Niners last week until what's-his-face fumble. I mean, that wasn't
his fault. That got leveled.
But if that game was not like straight out of a Super Bowl, I don't know what was. I mean, the Bills, if that wasn't Super Bowl 28 all over again, where the Bills were dominated for the most part, and somebody drops a ball and the other team runs in for a touchdown. I mean, granted, the score wasn't Super Bowl-esque. It's only 27-17, but I knew it was over, and I just threw my remote into my TV because I haven't broken that yet in the last few weeks.
That wasn't. You cannot blame that on the running back. He got leveled. Gary Plummer.
He did.
Gary Plummer basically walked in there and just beat him up. And you blame the offensive line on that one. Blame Jim Kelly for not picking up on the blitz. I mean,
he took his wallet on that play too. I think he just kind of swiped it out of it. What the hell's going on under this studio here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Trying to do a show here, people.
Everything's crumbling. The Cowboys are crumbling. The studio's crumbling. Jets, Jets.
All right, stop that. You will not turn this studio into the upper deck of the Meadowlands by the big Hess sign. I will not have that.
Sorry, got excited.
All right, it's all right. Don't worry about that. Anyway, a couple other games here. The Bears are at the Bengals. Bears got wrecked on Monday night. They're not looking too good as of now. The Bengals have lost too many tough games this year. They'll be better off with Kajana Carter next year, but I'll take the Bears this week. Who do you like?
I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. Jeff Blake, New York Jet product. Bruce Coslett, offensive coordinator.
And what's with the Jets? I mean, the Jets are coming up big after they leave the Jets. I mean, you look at Jeff Blake, you look at the 2 guys on the Chiefs, Brian Washington and James Hasty, who have both returned interceptions for touchdowns. Now the turn Raider games around.
First of all, Hasty was doing that with the Jets. And second of all,
that's true.
It's that swamp area around the Meadowlands that's slowing everybody down. You can't run in there.
The Jets got to move back to Shea or change your name to New Jersey, for crying out loud. Stop the facade, all right? But anyway, let's get moving on here. Dome teams, Detroit and Houston. The Lions, they're in the Astrodome, but it might as well be the Silver Dome because they're not going to be able to tell the difference. They should wreck the Oilers. Aaron McNair gets his first NFL start. Should be interesting, but it's not going to happen. The Lions are going to roll big. And they're going to run a table and get in the playoffs. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. I mean, the Colts were looking good a few weeks ago. You know, I got 2 road games against expansion teams. The Panthers pulled one out after being down 10-0 last week. And now they go into Jacksonville, hopefully to salvage some playoff hopes here. What do you think? I mean, the Colts, are they for real or what?
As I said before, Colts fans got to be upset, but I think the Colts are going to come through this week. Jacksonville is really, fighting it out with my Jets for that pick. And I think the Colts are going to go up there and I don't even know where they're playing, but
Jacksonville.
They're down there,
Florida, down in the Gator Bowl.
I think the Colts are going to roll. I think it'll be an easy win for the Colts this week.
All right. Well, probably they can't lose twice to an expansion team in 2 weeks. That'd be pretty embarrassing. But you never know. But also on the schedule, we got New Orleans at Atlanta. This is always a great rivalry. This is like the big unknown rivalry, primarily because these teams never make the playoffs. The winner of this game has a chance to go into the playoffs, especially if it is the Falcons, because they have a 1-game lead on the Saints right now. Saints, if they lose, are, I think, mathematically eliminated because Atlanta would have beaten them twice.
I'm big on
the tiebreaker is not going to hurt them. But, hey, the Saints, I mean, this rivalry, the road team is really big in this rivalry. The road teams won a good portion of the last couple of games between these two teams. Atlanta won at New Orleans earlier this year. I'm going to take the Saints this week. I'm going to take the Saints to run the table, actually, and have a shot at the playoffs.
No way.
You don't think so?
I'll tell you why. First of all,
that?
Falcons going to win this week. No. December 24th, 1 p.m. at the Meadowlands. I'll be there. I'll be cold, but I'll be there. Watching the Jets romp the Saints and their playoff hopes right out of New Jersey and back to New Orleans so they can go eat some Cajun food and dance, and no one really cares what happens to them.
Actually, I don't agree. I go back. The Saints will not run the table. I just saw they have to play Green Bay next week, and they're not going to win that game. But it'll be interesting to see if they somehow get in at 8-8, because mediocrity seems to rule. There's been one wacky season in the NFL, but take your pick in this game. Speaking of the Jets and the Meadowlands, they go up to Foxborough to play the Patriots, the big AFC East rivalry. This is the only matchup between two teams that have already been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs here in Week 15. Talk about your Jets there. How are they going to look this week?
Jets in a big win this week, I'll tell you why. Because Bill Parcells has let his ego, believe it or not, get bigger than his gut. And that means trouble for the Patriots. Drew Bledsoe's having a horrible year. Curtis Martin isn't that good. And the Jets' defense isn't that bad. And the Jets are going to walk up into Foxborough, and I think they're going to come out with a win. I don't know, probably about 27-21, something like that. Boomers look pretty good. Adrian Morrell had a good game against Seattle. And I think the Jets are going to win this week. On the road, it's tough. It's going to be cold. But, the only guy that'll be warm will be Big Bill. And I look for the Jets to win.
Parcells. Well, that'd be pretty interesting to see, won't it now?